There we go. All right. Okay, so you've managed to move forward a bit, and um, there are many flying monkeys nearby, but none of them are currently on top of you. Go ahead and give me a perception check, oh mistress of the crow's nest.
It's a 17.
17. Okay, so down to the south below the lighthouse, there is a sandbar that is kind of lower. It's sticking out of the water, so it's basically impassable for your boat. But you see that there's actually three open like pirate treasure chests that have sitting in them in the open chest magical items. One of them has like a captain's hook or like a hook hand. Another one holds a wand, and the third one holds a rapier.
Ooh.
Ooh, stabby.
Maybe somebody with a flying boat should go over there.
Five likes the shiny. Does that boat only listen to court log, or is it like a magic carpet that anyone who's riding it can control it?
I have to animate it each round, each time it moves. But I don't think it has like a range limit from me.
It makes sense you'd have to see it to move it.
It's a good question, actually. Let's see.
Yeah, it says it's friendly to me and your companions and obeys my commands. So, and it lives for an hour. So it's like a creature actually. So I don't have to continuously like say it. I can just tell it to go do that, or fly you over there and listen to you.
Interesting. Good to know.
This map, it only moves 1 square per turn, which is kind of low.
This is animate object?
Well, we're going to be, we might be closer to those things.
Dancing item stat block.
We'll be closer to those things if we're going to go up and around this corner.
Yeah, I mean, the flying boat could go across the sandbar and meet us there.
This
5, 6, 7, 8.
Gotta ask.
It's like 9 rounds.
Does the flying boat have a name?
Bodie McBoatface.
Bodie McBoatface.
All right.
For sure.
Of course.
You can't have a boat and not name it that.
Is Bodie voiced? Does he have an accent? Do they have an accent?
But it does. It did manage to give a knowing glance and a shrug before, so
Yeah.
Has
Pretty
cartoonish features.
Perhaps like Pierre, he can talk, he just chooses not to.
Right. So. It's kind of friendly overall because it was, created by a performance of creation. It wasn't like an actual item, like it wasn't physically material before this.
A lot of interesting questions about the nature of boats and their faces. All right. Let's see. Do we do movement? We haven't done movement yet. We did do movement.
Mm-hmm.
And then Court Lug already acted. I think that's everything for your guys' turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Umiyawaru is nearby, and it's now going to be their turn. They are going to roll movement first. And they have 7 movement, and they're going to decide to just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They zip right past you and the monkeys. Hey, it's the Umiyawaru. And managed to get a decent lead on everyone. Other than that, I think that's it for them. Dread is in the back. Dread, Zagnacrobix, the necromancer captain of the Dread, is going to once again solemnly stands on the edge of his boat and raises his hands up slowly in a grand gesture, and 18 giant owls rise from the dead and are now undead giant owls under his command. Which means I need to add another icon for them. But I'll do that in a bit. So there's now 18 giant undead owls at his beck and command. And their ship is going to move. They will move 3. 1, 2, 3. They have seen the sandbar, so they're going to avoid it. They're going to come up here and they're going to shoot their cannons at the Gold Spring, I guess. And that is 2 hits. So that'll be 66 damage to the Gold Spring.
66.
19. 3d6 per cannon.
Oof.
Gold Spring takes 20 damage. A lot of its sides are like sort of melted a bit, and because remember the Gold Spring is made out of almost solid gold, which is a completely irresponsible decision by any boat builder. Gold Spring goes there. Gold Spring will now go. Let's see if the Duchess.
I mean, you say that. Did you ever read The Golden Cycle by Neil Stephenson?
I did not.
That was a major plot point in it, actually.
A boat made of gold?
Well, gold sheathing. They used that for ballast to have more room in the hold, and also gold had some special properties. It's a really good series, or at least it was 20 years ago.
All right. Gold Spring is going to go. Rolls a 7. 1, 2, 3. You can see that the Duchess is like near, kind of turned her big frame and points off in the direction of the chests that are on the sandbar, and her helmsman changes course and they go in the direction of those chests. Little Chugger is going to go. Chugging away. All right. That is Chugger's turn. The Nuatu is going to go now. Let's see. Move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the homunculus will go. And 4. ENG. 4. All right. All right, so back over to the flying monkeys' turn. So these are the 2 that are right there. I'm going to say that, I mean, you guys are currently the closest vessels. So the 2 flying monkeys are going to go and land on your ship. See the end of this. Go fast to there. We will go to the Tatterdemalion, and I will add. What did I use for this? I think I used him. Flying monkey. All right, so the first one is going to land like right next to Pierre on the helm, and the second one is going to actually land right next to, or not land, but like flying in the area around Fivetail. We'll put it like here. And the one next to Pierre lands next to Pierre, and then it basically just has like, and it starts just messing with the helm. and is going to perform the sabotage action.
Oh.
And it's going to succeed in its sleight of hand roll. So for the time being,
Is that not opposed?
No. It is. You can fix it, but yeah, it is. It has sabotaged the helm such that the helm and its associated actions cannot be used. So let me go ahead and put a little overlay, just to remind ourselves that that's going on. Great. The one near Five Tail can't get at the crow's nest because she's like literally on top of it, but it's right there. Let me go ahead and add these to the combat order here. I'll put them one there. So they basically, that's their go for last round. Or actually, I guess I put them at the. Let me try that again. I want them to go twice in a row. Oh, perfect. And it already starts with uninvolved. Great. All right. So that was their like initial turn here, and then Invala, it is now your turn.
So, do I have any idea what's going on above deck?
Maybe. I'm not sure. You probably have some idea that there's like, crazy stuff happening, but I wouldn't say that necessarily there's a bomb somewhere and there's some monkeys and other things like that.
Okay, but I'm just like trying to figure out if I know that anything has gone amiss or if I'm just like la la la, reload the cannon, something like that. Okay, if I know that there's some kind of fiasco going on up there, then I'll go up above deck.
All right.
4. And then let's see. I think I will. What's the distance between? I would like to hurl a chaos bolt at the flying monkey, and I think I will use sorcery points to twin the spell so I can hit both of the flying monkeys.
Oh shit. So how does that work do you have to wild surge twice?
I don't know. You tell me.
Right. So Chaos Bolt's level 1, so it's actually surgeable. I mean, so it will cause wild surge.
Yeah. So, okay, so I'm trying to figure out how many.
Okay, it's targeting a second creature with the same spell.
Okay, so
you're not casting the spell a second time.
Yeah.
If this was Quicken spell, it would be different. Okay.
Right. Okay, so 1 sorcery point. Spells. And I'm going to do a first level Chaos Bolt. And make a ranged spell attack against the target. So, for the one on the helm, that's a 26 to hit.
26 will absolutely hit.
And for the one next to the crow's nest, that's a 15 to hit.
Ooh, 15 will also hit.
Cool. Okay, so this is a really complicated spell. So give me a second.
Yeah, I just clicked on it and I saw 2d8 damage 17 times, and I'm like, what the heck is happening?
Yeah, it's really weird. Okay, so on a hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Choose one of the d8s. The number rolled on that die determines the attack's damage type. So I'm going to roll 1d8, and that'll be the damage type, and then I'll roll the other d8.
Well, the idea is that you get to choose which die, so you have a little bit of choice over the damage type.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Those also count as damage, right?
Yes, they still count as damage.
And then plus 1d6, and I don't know why it breaks it up that way. So weird. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do 2d8s and 1d6. And that's a 4, a 1, and a 6. And
so I assume the 4 and the 1 are the d8s. So you get to choose either of those to be your damage type.
So
Your choice between
Acid and
I'm
force?
looking. So acid or force? Let me go with force.
Yeah, knock them out of the air.
Yeah, that's my hope.
Force is also
So
kind of
that-
generally considered the hardest damage type to resist.
Okay, so
Didn't know
that's a
that.
total of 11 force damage on. Do you want me to roll the damage twice or just call that the damage for both of them?
Let's just call it the damage for both of them. The spell is already
Great.
convoluted enough.
I know. So
Holy moly.
each takes 11 force damage, and then I roll on the wild magic table.
And then I will elect to have you do that, yes.
Great. So I have to roll a d100 to see if wild magic happens, correct?
That's correct.
Or
No,
Okay.
sorry. You roll it. Wait. All right. I just read this and I
Where-
immediately forgot it because it's.
I know it's so confusing. I really
All right. So
wanted
you roll
to
a
do this.
d20, and then if you
Okay.
roll 1, then you get a wild magic surge.
Okay. For the very rare times that, come on, roll a 1. Nope, it's a natural 20.
Okay. There was
So
some other
sadly-
way.
Yeah.
Tides of Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other way.
Yeah, if I use Tides of Chaos to manipulate or to gain advantage on her, which I haven't done, so sad face.
Right.
All
Yeah,
right,
this
so
is
what
the-
happens to these?
Right. Yeah. Sorry. Back. Right. We have navigated the complexities of what it means to be a chaos sorcerer. So these two, so the two projectiles of the chaos bolt kind of spin around each other, and as they flow away from you, they are shimmering in multiple different colors, but eventually solidify into green, which kind of goes kaboom, kaboom, hitting each of these monkeys in the air. The monkeys are surprisingly hale and hearty, though, and they do not get taken out by this. Each of them kind of just flaps into the air a little bit, stabilizes, and then returns to the position that they were in. But then they do. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this, but it's important that you know they're wearing little red fezzes. And so when they get hit, they take their fezzes off and then put it back on again in some angry display. You're not really sure the purpose of.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
It only makes sense.
All right.
They're causing trouble, but they're so cute.
Courtlog, you're up.
Okay, so we haven't had a detonation yet.
This is true.
So I'd like to run over and pick it up and throw it off the side of the boat.
Okay.
I think. Or, well, actually, I'd like to pick it up first and take another look at that fuse.
All right. Yeah. Give me another perception check.
That's
14.
brave of you.
Yeah.
14.
He's like, my shell will protect me.
It's a
Yes.
very
Throw it
Wile E.
onto the other
Coyote
boat.
sort of.
Oops, gonna go
So
up.
there is a smidge left on this fuse.
All
Throw
right.
it onto the other boat.
The monkeys are. Yeah, we don't have another boat that's next to us anymore. The Omaranu went. I think I'm just gonna play it safe, and I'll
Probably not throwing distance.
maybe I'll just throw it towards Shona Brett. Oops.
Yeah, you and I just did the exact same thing. Yeah, that boat. Yeah, okay. Go for it. I'm actually going to have you make an attack roll to see how accurately you hit it. So you do successfully throw it overboard.
All right. 17 plus 4 maybe. Yeah.
17 plus 4. So Tommaso just swam back over to his steam-powered thing, and he climbs up onto it, wipes a little bit of perspiration from his, and then just like catches this cartoonish shaped explosive in his hand, and then looks up with an alarmed expression on his head. And just for narrative purposes, I'm going to have it detonate right now, instead of waiting for a different point in the round order. So it explodes. His hair turns black and ashy from the explosion. And he is going to take 66 damage. 6, 9, 15, 17, 23. So he takes another 23 damage, up to 43, which is enough to incapacitate him. So he just gets back to his ship. This thing explodes, and he just looks, oh, it's not a good day to be. So that is going to be removing poor Tommaso from the combat order, which will probably make the rest of this go a little bit faster. Where am I at here? I'll go to Bertha Bay, and we're going to remove the Shona Brett. Goodbye, Shona Brett.
Hi, Shona Brett.
Hooray!
It's still. I'm going to still leave it the board where it is in case that becomes relevant. But that is the end of that. All right. So that was some move and attack. Anything else on your turn, Courtlug?
I don't think I have. Or no, my boat can attack a monkey. So that's +7 to hit. Right? I assume it's within 30 feet.
Go ahead and move your boat where you want it to be going.
I guess it will go up to there. I think I'll do this monkey, right? Because I can't quite. Yeah, that's the one I can get to at least. Natural one.
So I'm not seeing your rolls at the moment. Are you doing private rolls?
That was my die.
Oh, fine. That's totally fine. All right.
Natural one on the.
Yeah, you had been doing it online, and so I just was confused.
I found them.
Yeah, natural one. So the boat kind of swings in the direction of the monkey, and the monkey just kind of like shrugs and lands on the boat and like looks at it quizzically, as it kind of flails around. What are you doing? Five Tail, you're up.
Has the monkey above me taken any damage?
Yes, it has taken 11 damage. I have noted that
Okay.
on its name.
Okay. Oh, 11, that's what that means. Is there like disadvantage to shooting a crossbow at a moving target?
Nah, it's still just a target.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna time it as the monkey is looping around and try to get my shot out in front of it a little bit.
Okay, lead the target. Good.
Hopefully the 19 is enough.
Yeah, 19 will definitely hit, and because it's being threatened by QQ's boat, that is also going to be sneak attack damage.
Okay, how do I add that? Okay, it has its own button. I see.
Yeah, I think you just roll the normal damage, and then you can click on sneak attack, and I think it just does it. Yeah. Let's see. So 6. Wow, that's a pretty darn good roll.
And the sneak attack is its own, or is that adding to the 6?
It's adding to the 6. So it's a total of 19.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a level 6 rogue for you.
Just imagining this just like pinioning the monkey to the front, creating a new figurehead for Bodie McBoatface.
Yeah.
So the monkey lands. It has just landed on the boat, kind of looking at it quizzically. Isn't paying any attention to you as you're taking aim at it. And the bolt comes in, and it's just like, and the monkey just like you're shooting targets off of a wall or something, and it just kind of takes the bolt and just plops down on the ground, on the not the ground, the deck below the boat, and twitches and then stops moving. Anything else on your turn, Fivetail?
That's it. I'm gonna get another bolt ready for the crossbow in case I need it.
Load up. All right,
Stay up
awesome.
here.
All right, Pierre, you're up.
All right. I am going to give some bardic inspiration to, I think, Invala. You haven't had one yet?
I have not.
Okay, then I will give you a bardic inspiration. I will give you a bardic inspiration by punching the monkey next to me.
That's very inspiring. Thank you.
Using my my bardic damage that I get via Dance Monk. I get a +6 to hit the monkey. That's going to be a 19 to hit.
Okay.
I believe hit last time. And then I get a 1d8 +3, which is going to be, I rolled an 8. So that's going to be 11 damage. That is just standard punchy damage.
This is my wife,
Bludgeoning.
by the way. Here, say hi. This
Hi,
is
Liz.
Gary and Siobhan, who you don't know.
Hello.
All right, so that was 11 total damage?
Yes, 11 damage.
Great. So you are inspiring via punching, which feels like a monk bard cross class thing, but you're like, and I'm just trying to imagine what a mime looks like when it's punching. Like it would be like. And,
it's absolutely just like going to make like a standard like box thing, and then just like completely blindsides the monkey because it like doesn't look like the next action at all.
Okay.
It just like doesn't telegraph. Like goes like he's going to telegraph a stand. Like mimes are all about like telegraphing what they're doing, right, and being like very visual. And so it's just like that control gives him the ability to also not telegraph if he chooses to.
Right. Yeah. So you just totally sucker punch this thing.
Yeah, just
I
the
thought
monkey
you were
had no
pulling a rope
idea.
with infinite length, but no, bop, right in the face. So the monkey is like very confused by this, and then you just like clock this thing, and it just like spins around once, makes kind of a weird face, and then plops down on the deck. And Vala, you can't help but be like, "Damn, that is some monkey business right there." And you feel
That was
inspired by the
impressive.
actions.
And
That's
because
very
that was
impressive.
and because that was part of my Agile Strikes feature via the dance part, that means that was my bonus action.
Oh,
Yeah. So, Bardic Inspiration, Agile Strikes. When you expend a use of your Bardic Inspiration as part of an action, bonus action, or reaction, you can make an unarmed strike as part of the same action.
I see. So you literally are inspiring them by punching. I thought that was just okay. Got it.
Amazing.
Well, no, I was not doing a second action there. That's a single bonus action. Then for my action, I'd like to unsabotage the helm if possible.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an intelligence check if you have
Oh no.
Smith's tools or other things. You can add your proficiency bonus if you have relevant tools. Doesn't look like you do.
I have an infinitely long series of handkerchiefs. Is that going to help?
Probably not super useful here, but I'll keep that in mind for later.
Okay. So that's just like a straight roll?
Yeah.
Plus my intelligence?
Plus your intelligence. Yeah, it's a DC 12.
That's 14.
Hey, that'll do it.
Rolled a 15.
All right. You manage to you look over at this thing. You're like, oh, what has that monkey done? And you poke and you prod, and you manage to get it back into working order.
Yay.
Nice. I don't know if I actually get to use the helm this turn or not, but
no, because you did spend your action fixing the helm. So
okay. So we're still going straight into the lighthouse then.
Yes.
I'll try to roll low.
Remember, you get to choose which. Oh wait, no, you're not there. Okay. Hit next button one more time, and then we'll go back out to Bertha Bay, where we will begin the long process of moving all the boats again.
Actually, no, you're right. Because I spent my action last turn, we're actually lined up now. So if we go straight, we should be flying right past it now.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That is true.
Yay.
Right.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, there's two of those.
Good planning.
Good
These
job.
monkeys can also be removed.
Yes, that was on purpose. Got Kitty.
All right. Okay,
So
Tattered
cute.
Mammalian. No, not Tattered Mammalian. Cantankerous Dilly goes first. And
It's a very patient kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a noodle.
Yeah, Joe would already be very gone.
The Cantankerous Dilly fails to manage to extricate it from the sandbar, and so they spend their entire round just detaching themselves. So they move only the one square away from the sandbar, which is close to another sandbar, but not technically on it because maps. And then, and now it's the Tattermalian's turn. So if you want to go roll for navigation, the 1d10.
Yes. Ten, surprisingly.
Sorry, I just find that
It's
very
hilarious.
amusing.
I roll really high when we don't have anybody steering.
So
Cool.
Pierre is fighting, up over at this. Like, I can just imagine the camera like swoops down to show the profile of Pierre fighting this monkey, and then like in the background you can see the side of the waterway getting closer and closer.
Are we
He's
just
like
going to go straight into the Ubuario?
I think
Oh.
I've been having ships be able to move through the squares of other ships except for the Dilly. So I think since you're not like ramming it, that you're just going to end up smashed right into the side of the waterway here.
Oh, man.
So the ship is going to take 3d6 damage.
Oh, no.
That is only 5 on 3d6.
5
Right?
It can happen.
Wow. Lucky.
Yeah.
That still puts us bloodies the ship, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're at 49.
And you guys will have to roll to remove yourself from that on the next turn. Crow's Nest is not happening. Cannon's not happening. So I think that's it for your guys' turn.
Oh shit, maybe I should go back to navigating.
Next up is the Umio Waru, and I'm just going to have them. Let me roll perception first. Oops. Yeah, that's right. And then movement. They roll 9. Oh man, they are way out in front at the moment. And then I think that's all they're gonna do. They're feeling pretty good about the situation. The Dread is going to move. And there are 18 giant owls that are kind of moving with them. Let me make an. I was supposed to do that before and I forgot.
Are they undead giant owls or are they giant undead owls?
That depends. Is giant part of their name or is it a descriptor?
I think actually they would be undead giant owls, but I don't think they're.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they're kind of flopping behind. They're pretty fast, so they're able to keep up. These other owls are going to move closer as well. Dread is going to get there, and Dread is going to let's see, what anything else interesting happened lately? I don't think so. So they're just going to be stuck right there. Gold Spring is going to go. The Duchess is going to see if she gets her fire weapon back, and she does not. And then they are going to move. They move 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. They're going to move up to here. And you can see that the Duchess is now ordering some of her mercenaries off of the ship. And they get just kind of like deposited. Mercenary. Here. So we're trying to find a good token. Oh, that apparently was the wrong thing to put in. Here we go. Tribal warriors. Why not? Put out 3 of them. So three little mercenary warriors hop off of the Duchess's ship. Each looking to probably grab one of these shiny shinies. That's the end of Gold Spring's turn. Next up will be Little Chugger. Where's Little Chugger? Oh, there's Little Chugger. And Little Chugger is going to chug. And then the Nuwatu. All right, so Nuwatu. Wait, no. They're going to get close over here and then just kind of. The Druids seem really concerned about what's happening in this area. They're actually going to go down 1 square so they don't end up right next to the Gold Spring. I already moved the Giant Owls. The Homunculus is going to go. And they roll. 8. 8. All right. I think that's all that's going to happen there. We are going to go over to ship. And Vala, what do you got?
So there's no more ship, correct?
There is no more enemies on the ship. That is correct.
Okay. Cool.
Don't forget your inspiration.
Thank you.
Hasn't been marked.
Like everything that's not on our ship is really far away. I guess I will go down a level and try and load the cannons.
Nice.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a agility or athletics check.
Okay. So athletics or acrobatics is up.
Yeah, sorry, acrobatics or athletics.
Okay. Definitely going with acrobatics. 21.
Awesome. You agilely manage to load 2 different cannons. Which cannons do you want to load?
Let's go ahead and do both of these ones on the side where I am standing.
All right, there you go.
Cool. That's it for me.
All right, Courtlove, you're up. I can't hear you.
mute?
Nope.
And
Oh wait, there we go.
There you go.
No, still can't hear me? Still?
Just took a
No, it's
second.
fine. It's just
Okay. And I'll save my action for repairing the ship.
All right, moved up, ready to repair. Anything that you want your boat to do?
My boat will go all the way to the top of the mast like a hat on a hat.
Love it. All right, Five Tail.
What do we need to do to extract?
That is a helm thing. So
Okay.
on the ship's turn, the helmsman will try to pull yourself out.
You could save your action for perception.
Tea and
I
stuff.
don't know if we need that. I think it might be a good idea. I don't think we've been over here.
Perception or nav. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Like looking south. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta I wanna know what's going on. No surprises. We don't like surprises.
Surprise is bad, and there are lots of surprises here.
I mean, I kind
And-
of like surprises. But...
And
Stay
Pierre.
up here. I'm looking. I'm checking.
Pierre sighs melodramatically and kicks the wheel and makes ready to get this boat off of the rocks.
Awesome. So everyone has done a ship action this round. And we will go and do our next round of boat movements. Starting with the Dilly. Dilly is going to move. And they move 3. They're going to move right between things here. Finally managing to avoid the sandbars. And not really in a position to shoot anybody, so I think that's that. All right, so on the Tatterdemalian's turn, let's start with repairs.
All right, that's 20 plus
Intelligence.
my intelligence. So it's an 11 plus -1, so 10.
10. All right, so you repair 10 damage to the hull.
All right.
Better than nothing.
59.
59?
59 is what we
Oh,
have.
total for the... Sorry, I thought you were just like, I rolled a 59 on this navigation.
Yes, it's like, okay, sounds good.
Like,
Oh, sorry. Just keeping track
remember,
of the
I am
ship.
the wisest man on Earth. Or,
I engaged
wherever
the
we are.
nitro.
Let's do. Well, we can do both kind of the same time. Pierre, give me a skill check with the boat skill at advantage since you're there.
excellent. Less excellent. What's our plus here? Plus 3 or no?
Save, but plus 3.
Okay, so that's a 9.
Did you roll twice?
I rolled 2 6s.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So you did not succeed. So you have to spend your entire round simply removing yourselves. So you guys don't move.
Oh.
But you are detached. And then perception from the crow's nest, please.
Oh, that's a 10. Was gonna be a higher.
And do you have bardic inspiration? I can't remember.
Oh, I do. I can use that and reroll.
You add
Does it
a
have
d8.
that? You added E8. How do I do that? I'll just roll an 8. Add 5. 15.
15. All right. So to the south, at first you pretty much just kind of notice that the Umiyowaru has started to move around a little erratically on the edge of in the distance. But then as you are remembering some of like the inspiring things that I think Portlug has done during the combat, your vision seems to like focus, and you realize that above the whirlpool is a flying in the air is a sort of bedraggled looking ship with lots of cannons on it. It is just straight up levitating over the water, moving in a circle around the edge of the whirlpool. And this, as you guys know, is a ship of lore and legend. This is the Flying Shardman, said to be piloted by the restless spirits of those who have died but could not pass on, or some such nonsense. And it is also known that Baba Estrada at some point made some kind of deal with the captain of the Flying Shardman, and maybe that's why that it's part of this track. But there it is, and it is slowly moving in a circle, although currently it is right there. All right. Did I miss anything else on this turn? I don't think so. You did a thing. You did a thing. You did a thing. Okay, yeah, everyone did a thing. Great. So then the Umiyowaru is going to go. And they rolled well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They move way over to this side. Next is the Dread, and their owls. Dread also rolled well. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And their owls are actually can't keep up with that, so they're just going to kind of fly over here. Gold Spring, let's see if the Duchess gets her fire weapon back, her breath weapon, and she does. Which is bad news for the Nuatu. Actually, it's going to be bad news for the Dread, depending on how well they roll. They roll well. So the Gold Spring is going to come up here. It's left its little mercenaries on the thing there. And the Duchess is just going to stand on the edge of the ship and spew fire in the direction of the Dread. They will attempt to evade, and they will succeed. So they will only take half of this. So it'll be 3d6 damage. So it's 66. That'll be 12. So 12, and then some of the undead owls are also going to die. We'll say 6 of them. So they've died again. And then the Dread has taken 12 damage. The mercenaries are going to move out. They're not moving very fast because they're land. So one there, one there, one there. And they're approaching these chests. They haven't quite managed to grab the items that are on there. Little Chugger is going to go. Are you, Little Chugger? There you are. It's right there. And then Nuatu. All right, Nuatu. Okay, so the Nuatu is, as I've reminded you multiple times, is just a giant tortoise, giant turtle. And so it actually gets right onto the edge of this sandbar and just kind of climbs up onto it and scampers across.
Yep. Yeah,
Like a little baby turtle trying to find the sea. The other owls are kind of irrelevant now, so I'm just going to remove them from combat. And then the homunculus. All right, so the homunculus is going to first. It's going to fire its cannons, and it's going to shoot at the gold spring. That is going to be 2 hits. So 2 more of these. That's going to be 3 hits. So 3 more of these mechanical spectators that kind of like land, and little legs come out of the cannonball and they start to hover and creating chaos. Land on the gold spring. When they land, they do some damage, totaling 16 damage. To the gold spring. And Gold Spring is looking not so great now. The ship is kind of dripping, and you can see that the Duchess is like roaring at her mercenaries to try to perform emergency repairs. The Flying Shardman is going to go, and it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 positions, and it unloads an absolute cavalcade of, fusillade of cannonballs in the direction of the Umioaru. And these are like these blue, sort of ethereal cannonballs that, like, they're spectral cannonballs. And 4 will actually hit. However, instead of doing normal damage, they do some damage, but they also just kind of seem to, like, pull the vessel closer towards them with each hit. So the Umioaru is pulled. They get to make a save against it. They save twice, so they're pulled 2 squares closer to the whirlpool, and they're now just right on the edge of the whirlpool. And the Umioaru takes damage, which I will put here.
We all float down here.
All right, and then now it is back over to you guys on the Tatterdemalion. And Vala, you're up.
Okay, well, I feel like we need to make some progress. And there's, again, everything's really far away. So I'm going to go down to navigation and navigate on the ship's turn.
All right, sounds good. Port log.
I don't really have anything else I can do, and we're pretty far away from everyone else, so I'll do another hold action for repair.
Okay. Boat doing anything?
Who? Boat?
Yes.
Your boat.
Boating the boat
Oh,
face.
sorry.
Oh.
My boat. No, my boat just does some more pirouettes.
La, la, la.
Anything, Five Tail?
Getting fancy.
Five Tail, we're gonna hang out up here. Anything that'll give us an advantage, especially now that we see some trickery happening to the south. I'm gonna.
Okay, and
see
then
what we
anything
can
for you,
do.
Pierre?
Pierre is not quite at the throwing his beret down and stomping on it stage, so he's just going to grab the wheel and prepare to lead us south here.
All right, sounds good. Sometimes that's all that happens all the time.
And could I ask, could we get like a 5-minute break?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, let's
We've
take
been going for like 2 hours now.
Let's do 10 minutes. Actually, let's do 30 minutes, just so people
Yeah, I
can
was
grab a
going to
bite.
say, I would love some lunch. That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll come back at 2:20 or equivalent, whatever time zone you're in. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
All right. There. Now sound should be on. Now sound is being recorded. Great. Thanks to one of our few watchers who has mentioned that. So that was hull that we just prepared. Let's do navigation. So Invala, if you would like to roll your 2d10.
Yes, indeed. And that was a 5 and a 6.
So 6. And Helmsman Pierre, go ahead and lead us forward 6.
Aye. Yes. Oh, go back to select. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. So yeah, you guys can actually go ahead and roll perception. 5-tail.
Yes, that's better. 22.
22.
Nice.
My goodness. All right. So first of all, there is in the center of the whirlpool, there is like a little island that's kind of sticking up, straight up out of the center of the whirlpool, and on that island is a closed chest.
Ooh.
That has who knows what inside of it. I'm going to say with a 22, you also see something. I will use a pointer. Something kind of down in this range that is moving around in the water, but you can't quite see what it is. But it's in the water, moving underneath the surface. And I think that's everything, right? Is there anything else I wanted to share here? Actually, with a 22, I'm also going to say that you've spotted nearby Little Chugger, which is actually just a little bit behind you under the surface of the waves. So for this round, Chugger shall be revealed.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think, you hold really high, so I think I'm also going to mention that over here, the chests with the various different things on them, the chest with the rapier is a mimic. It is not a natural chest, and it is waiting to munch down on somebody.
I knew it.
Great to know, because 5 was most interested in the sword and would have gone for that first.
The rapier is real, but the chest is a mimic. That's
Oh, interesting. Okay.
All right, Umiyawaru's turn. So Umiyawaru is desperately trying to not get sucked into the whirlpool. So they're going to roll a saving throw. And they do succeed, but they're going to be moving at half speed since they started on the whirlpool. And they will roll a 10, so we'll move 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to go all the way to the outside to try to stay as far from the pool as possible. But are otherwise okay. Dread is going to go up next. Where's the Dread? Dread is in here with their some number of undead owls. I'm just going to move to the side for just a moment. Dread is going to... Sorry, what was that?
Is this the goal down here? Where are we going?
The goal is the black squirrel that apparently somebody moved on accident.
Okay.
It's working a little bit differently than it did in the ago.
Oh, there it was.
That beach.
Yeah, that's the ending spot.
Okay.
I'm sure this was mentioned in the first session that I don't really remember, but was it required that the boat had to get into that black square with?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
it is the first captain plus boat combo that gets there.
Got it.
So you couldn't just fly over that little strip of land with your captain and then just be like, "Hey, we got there."
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So the Dread, there's all kinds of stuff happening over here. Dread is going to
Okay,
Okay,
new
so
plan. We sink the tatterdemalion, and then we fly over and Bodie McBoatface.
Call that your ship?
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Doesn't have
Just
to
going
be the
to
original boat.
we just have to put the figurehead and then the name on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Ship of Theseus.
Yes.
Yeah, or Major Illusion it.
I only have a minor illusion.
I think I took Major.
Next. Oh, oops. Sorry. Dread is going. Dread is going to. So it's actually going to shoot its cannons over in the direction of the Gold Spring. 1, 2, 1 will hit and do 3d6 damage to the Gold Spring. Which will be 10. What is the Gold Spring's called? Okay, so there is basically like the Gold Spring is starting to like break in half at this point, and the only reason it's not is because the Duchess with two great claws is kind of clamped onto one side and onto the other and has pulled the boat closed so that it's not cracking in half. Dread is going to move on their turn, and they will move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Gold Spring is now going to go, and repairs are done to the Gold Spring, mediocre amount, and then they'll roll to move. And also the Duchess will roll to see if she gets her breath weapon back, which she does not. And they move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So they're once again right next to the Dread. And next up is Little Chugger's turn. Chugger goes 2. And they move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Actually, I think they have 6.
Little Chugger's chugging along.
Yep. And next we have the last of the flying monkeys, which is going to fly over towards the Dread, and it lands onto like the navigation post for the Dread, which is on the surface, and sabotages it, slowing them down. And then the Nuatu is going to go. There we go. 1, 2. So they'll go 4 squares, and they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and go on the exact opposite side of the Shardman. And then lastly, the Homunculus is going to go. Where are you guys? Homunculus, here we go. Homunculus is going to move 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10 around the corner there. And then the Shardman's going to go. And they move 1 position here, which puts them right next to the Umiawaru, which they're once again going to. Actually, I guess they're reloading their cannons this round, so they do not shoot at the Umiawaru. Now, let's go back to on the Tatterdemalion. Before I do that, everyone take a look at this map to remember kind of where you're at. And Vala, you're up.
Okay. Okay, so I think we're kind of. I think I'm going to go up to the level where the cannons were at, and I think we said I could see out the little portholes from there to cast spells. And I would like to cast darkness on the little chugger.
Darkness on Little Chugger. Okay. Do a quick range check there. 60 feet, that's 2 squares. Great. Hold on, what is that actually going to do? Fills a 15-foot square for the duration. Requires concentration.
And it says that if the darkness is on an object, it will move with it.
Yeah, and that fits with the kind of the idea of zones staying with the boats too. So,
Would darkness actually make it easier to see where it is?
weird. Yeah, I would say so. It's sort of like the black hole, right? Is like wherever you can't there's a big black inky part of the water that you can't see through at all. That's where the chugger is. You can't see the ship itself, but you know roughly where it is.
I mean, there's submarines. They don't have windows, so
and they can't see where they're going. Hopefully,
yeah. That is going to mess up their helmsmanship. All right, let me put a. How should I do that? I'll do a little zone that'll follow it.
yeah, we can't see the little chugger next to him, but we can see the zone moving around.
Yeah.
Right.
Gary,
Alright.
you said your boat construct lasts for an hour, and how
It lasts for an
Is that
hour.
in
It animates
game
for an hour. I think we're doing 6-second rounds.
Yeah, each round is 6 seconds. So
Yeah. So it animates for an hour and it lasts for 3 hours. So basically infinity for the purposes of it.
okay?
And then I can roll for wild magic.
yes, you can.
Did the cast a spell? Come on, 1. Nope, that's a 4. So sad.
Closer. Okay, any bonus actions?
I don't think I really have any bonus action. No, not unless I want to convert sorcery points, which I don't need to do right now. So that's it.
All right, Portlug, you're up.
All right. I think I'm just gonna save turn for boat repair, and Buddy McQuoteface is gonna do some more spins.
Okay. Why is this not? No. 5-tail.
I'm gonna hold action, but I do want to communicate to Quartlock the location of some of those treasures that I observed, and maybe I think I'd want to hold that activity until we're a little more perpendicular, so that the ghost ship has something else to target rather than our little flying boat if we try to dive in and get that chest.
All right.
Yeah, we can use it as a distraction at the very least.
Hmm.
Would you want to go on it later?
I mean, I don't know. I have
We're also
no spells.
closer to
like
those other ones
anything.
right now.
Oh,
We're also
the ones
closer
on the
to those
sandbank.
other ones on the sandbank right now.
I don't think 5-tail would want to leave the main ship because I'm like close range melee fighter. Like once I'm out there, like I'm pretty exposed, and if I'm in the water, I have no way to get back because I have no spells or anything going on. So I think that you can control your own magic carpet. And if the ship is looking okay at that point, maybe the repair spot can.
Okay.
All right, Pierre.
I'm going to stand firm at the tiller and try and get us as far as we can go. Although I guess it doesn't actually matter, right? Because we're just heading straight here. So yeah, I'm gonna spin the round to like pop out my hand, my magic hand.
Magic hand. Okay. I'm gonna make a token for that. That would be really nice. Well, we have an evil mage. That's
Evil mage hand.
you
I
and
mean,
I
to
are
be
the
fair, the
same
mage hand
wavelength.
isn't visible.
Well, I still want you to be able to, know where it is. So where are you placing it to start with?
Next to me.
All right.
Next to me. Sorry. I don't know if the push to talk works on other screens.
It did. It did. Yeah, and you can move that around as you will whenever you want to. Like the token, you can drag and drop it. I don't need to do that. Yep. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
I'm going to lean forward into the motion.
All right.
No, I'm good.
All right. Ship combat. Once again, starting with the cantankerous Dilly, who is going to move a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're just barely wedging themselves between the two banks of this waterway. And then let's do boat stuff. Let's start with Hull.
That's 11.
11. All right, so you'll have 11 to the ship.
We are at 78.
All right, and then navigation. So you're not there, so you just roll a 1d10.
Mm-hmm. 8.
Right.
Ooh, that's
8.
nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because,
Nice.
And then perception check for the crow's nest. All right. 11. I'm going to say you don't see anything new with an 11.
Okay.
That is everyone. So we will now go to next up is the Umiyowaru. They have no cannons or anything, so they're just. Oh wait, I think. Oh, the Shardmen reload last round. That's right. They are going to move. They rolled a 12. Well, then they are going to get right about there. And that's pretty much all they got going on. The Dread is back here. They have dealt with their flying monkey, but their helm is still disabled. So they only roll once. 5. 5. Gold Spring's going to go. They have regained their breath weapon, and they're going to move 8 squares. As they move past the Dread, they're going to. The Duchess is going to stand on the edge and breathe fire in its direction. Dread tries to evade and succeeds, so they only take half of the 66 damage. 9. It'll take 9 damage. Not sure what I wrote there. Okay. Red Gold Spring. Little Chugger, who is very clear and easy to see at the moment, is going to move. Twice. They rolled a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the darkness with them. They're right up next, nearby. That flying monkey is gone. We found that. Nuatu. Nuatu is moving. And they rolled a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've just barely moved ahead of you. Let's see. I think as they move past, they're going to cast a spell onto the deck of the Tatterdemalion. Let's go over there real quick. And I think they're going to cast Entangling Vines.
Hmm.
Sorry, I just gotta have all the spells in front of me. So this is going to cause basically the wood that makes up the deck of the ship starts to sprout additional planty tendrils. And there's a bunch of druids on there, so they manage to, as they kind of zip by, to cover a good chunk of the deck with these tendrils. I need everyone on the main deck, so not the mast, the main deck, to make a strength saving throw.
So not where the cannons are either.
So yeah, not in the lower level. So I think this is just Pierre and Portland.
Natural 20 for 21.
Okay. And Pierre?
Courtluck does a backflip. Wow.
Just stands there.
It's not easy with a shell to begin with.
12, and then what was this? This was a dex, or was this acrobatics? Strength.
Strength save.
That's 12 then.
All right. So you are. Oops. Supposed to be a second. So these things come up and they restrain you, preventing you from moving. So you currently have the restrained effect.
Well, if you're strapped to the mast or to the steering wheel.
Yes.
Oh no.
If your arms are incapacitated, you can use Mage Hand to steer.
Yes.
So while restrained, you can't move. Any attack rolls against you have advantage, and you have disadvantage in your own attack rolls. And you also have disadvantage in dexterity saving.
And how long does that last?
While you remain in the zone, on your turn, you can use an action to make a strength check to attempt to free yourself.
Okay.
All right. And anybody who enters those areas will have a similar problem. All right, back over to Bertha Bay. So that's the Nuatu's turn. They have moved up closer. The Hunculus is going to go, and they will roll. Oops. And they'll move 8. That one's rolling really well for movement. Homunculus is going to reload their cannons, and then we'll move on to the Shardmen. Rolls a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Flying Shardman is going to shoot a fusillade of cannons in the direction of Nuatu. One hit, 2, 3 hits. The Nuatu will try to save to not get pulled in. That's 1 save, 2 saves. So the Nuatu gets pulled in 1 square in the direction of the Shardman and also takes 20 damage.
Oof.
Yeah. Okay. And we are back onto the Tatterdemalion. And Vala, you're up.
Okay. Let's see.
Not sure which view is more relevant right now.
Yeah. Yeah, this view is better, I think. What can I do?
Actually, hold on. Right before you go, I just remembered I forgot to have the mercenary warriors that are going after the treasure do their thing.
Okay.
So the one warrior who's at the rapier is going to make a perception check to see if he sees that it's a mimic. What happened to that? Did I move that?
No, it just disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it go?
Indicate it.
It got yeeted into the stratosphere?
I had assumed that the chest just ate him.
Yeah, I guess he didn't make this perception check. Well, he did pass, and so he notices that this creature is a creature with basically its tongue lolled out and the rapier set atop it, and he quickly goes in and snags it and dashes back before it can nab him, and then runs away. I'll remake that token in a second. And then the other two warriors are both going to just grab their loot and they kind of like hold it up. And they're like, "Ooh, wow!" The one with the hook attaches the hook over one hand, and it kind of like slinks in, and he points off in the direction of the gold spring, and the hook extends seemingly a insane amount of distance, and pulls him in over to the gold
That would
spring.
be so useful.
Giant grappling hook. Oh my god.
The warrior with the wand does not seem to know what to do with the wand, however. All right, back to Invala.
You would think I would have thought of something to do by now.
Sorry, I'll go back here.
Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna go back down to where the navigation is and navigate.
It would be mighty nice if we get all the way past this whirlpool.
Yeah. So I'll just hold my action for navigation.
All right, Courtlug.
Lug is going to shout, "Bodhi, to me!" And as the boat comes down, he jumps up into it and tries to like kind of hide himself inside the boat. And then he casts invisibility on the boat and goes off to that chest.
Oh, I love it.
Nice. Do it.
That's way better than my plan.
All right, so what is Bodhi's movement speed?
It's 30. Flying.
All right, awesome. Let's put a little token out here for Bodhi. Hold on, do I have a boat? No, those are boars.
Oh, pirate ship.
Aw. It's so tiny.
All right, so there's Bodhi. And you've moved one square. Well, I guess we can kind of like let's roll navigation. Oh no, sorry, we're not there. What am I talking about? Yeah. So you moved one over in the direction of the chest, or maybe this.
Yeah, I think we said that I can move diagonally.
Yeah, you can move diagonally because you're not on the vessel. Yeah. All right. So that's your action was to cast invisibility, and then
Yep. If anybody doesn't have inspiration bardic, they can receive that from this wondrous display.
Don't think I do.
I was definitely impressed that the boat comes when it's called.
All right, well then
Yeah, I
take
also
the bardic inspiration. Okay, that's your turn. Going back over to the chat.
That was That was a Stormy, right? Who's taking the Bardic Inspiration? To confirm.
Oh, can only one person be inspired?
One person can be inspired.
Okay.
That's the thing I have to give out.
Okay, you
So
can have it. Pierre can have it.
Pierre's inspired from one
I don't
bard
know that I
to
have that
another.
many rolls I can do, but
Five's feeling lucky. I haven't used any luck points today, so you can have that inspiration.
Nice.
Speaking of that, Five Tail, you're up.
Man. Yeah, I just feel like we're gonna want to see what's going on. Like we're right in the middle of this ghost ship range, and just anything. I think knowing would give us an advantage, and maybe I can help Wartlug out by seeing anything that might be an obstacle to his new objective.
Sounds good. Pierre.
oh man,
So currently you're like basically entangled and tied to the helm. You can still work the helm from where you're at, but you can't move anywhere else, and it would take an action to try to unrestrain yourself. So you have a bit of a quandary on what you want to do here.
Yep, we kind of need to steer. So I think I'm gonna stay at the steering wheel, especially since we're navigating this round, and so we might get a nice boost. I'll feel very silly if we get like a 2 or something, but that's fine.
All right, you can still do a bonus action, or I guess you can't do any movement, but you have a bonus action.
I am going to send my hand out 60 feet to the east. It's called like 45 or so.
Okay. So like here?
Yeah, like in that area.
All right. I guess I need another icon for an evil mage hand.
Sorry.
Oh, there's just a normal mage. I could have done that. Well, I mean, that's just wrong, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. We can't see the hand. We don't know what it's up to. It could be nefarious.
Yeah, it could be nefarious. You never know.
Yeah, you've got no idea.
I mean, some people do very bad things with their hands.
At the very least, it's a suspicious mage hand.
Yes. Yeah. Moral compass unknown.
But also invisible.
I mean, that definitely implies some amount of subterfuge. You know, like if it was a visible mage hand, you'd trust it more. All right. Anyways, anything else on your turn, Pierre?
No.
Okay. Then going back to ship, we'll start with the dilly as usual. And where is the dilly? They're dilly-dallying.
Way up at the top.
Yeah, they're actually straight up in last this time. Although I guess the Shunnerbrot is technically more last. But that's the wrong die for them.
It's DQ.
Okay, they have rolled a 5. Oh, I just moved the zone on accident.
Yeah, you were saying Cantankerous Dilly like won last time?
Yes. More of attrition is the idea. Not in the last campaign. They're just in the last like in-universe race.
Got it.
All right, Tattered Mammalian. So let's do navigation.
Okay.
Actually, before that, let's do perception, just so you guys know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Carry that heads up too. Oh, I don't need to be lucky. I got a 25.
All right. Yeah. So at the moment, there's nothing new to see. But go ahead and tell me where you're moving to. I'll let you know if you spot anything en route. So roll navigation.
Okay. Are we trying to move real far, guys?
Yes.
Okay, then I think I'm going to add, I think we said I can add my Bardic Inspiration to the navigation.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, we did decide that last time.
Okay, so I rolled a 5 for navigation, and then I will add an 8 for my D8 bardic inspo.
Oh, lucky.
Nice.
13.
What is
All
that?
right. So
13.
Maybe we
go
should
ahead
meet
and move
up.
yourselves.
1,
Meet
2,
up with Bodhi
3,
down here. He'll do a
4,
little-
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Ooh.
We gotta pick up Bodhi again too. So
I'll catch you at the.
Bodhi
good
can go
idea.
across land and meet
I'll
us.
catch you. I'll catch
All
you
right.
over here.
All right.
You guys have to look out for yourselves. I'm gonna get what's in that chest.
good luck with that chest. Yeah.
Yeah, fingers
Okay,
crossed.
you guys handle the giant octopus that has just, poked its tentacles out of the water. I'll handle the chest with delicious and wonderful loot.
Listen, five made me feel like she had a plan, so I went with it.
Five
yeah,
legs,
so
tiny
up,
things.
up ahead of you in this tight little corridor is another creature of lore. This is the personal pet of Baba Estrada. Her pet gargantuan octopus named Tiddlywinks.
Oh my god, amazing.
And Tiddlywinks, kind of pushes her face out of the water and looks angrily in your direction. Yeah. So that is everything for that round, right? Yes.
Oh my gosh, 8 legs, almost like a spider. So cute.
It's a water spider.
Yeah, it has your animal handling.
Terrible.
Unless
Alright.
it's a spider, then you get a plus 10.
Waru is going to go. And they're going to try to move 8, but they're actually going to get stuck on, the Tiddlywinks occupies most of this area. So they're going to move forward, and they're actually going to, all of the members of the samurai do this, salute, and they're actually going to ram Tiddlywinks with their vessel.
Brave.
And that does not go so well for them. They critically fail. So as they get up into it, and they're all just like, ha, ha, a tentacle just kind of comes up and just crumples, wraps around the ship, and pins, not pins them, but just holds them in place. It constricts a little bit and crushes, does some crushing damage to them. All right. I need to add Tiddlywinks to the combat list. And she'll go at the end. That seems great. All right. That's going to be all that they do for the round. Actually, how are they looking? They're still okay. All right. Dread is up next. And the Dread is also kind of far in the back, and they're just going to try to move as far as they can because of that. 5 and a 2, so they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over to here. And they have their cannons ready, and they're going to actually shoot them at the homunculus. 1, 2, both of those are going to miss. They just sploosh in the water harmlessly. Gold Spring's turn. Breath weapon check. Fails. No breath weapon for them. However, oh man. So,
Yeah, how did she feel about that grappling guy who joined them?
Duchess, who loves loot, she loves it so much. But she's looking down at this grappling hook, and you can see her kind of trying to put her claw into it to see if she can figure out how to use it. And she kind of and she just throws it onto her horde behind her. So now the grappling hook is just on the gold spring in the gold horde that's just sitting in the back.
Lovely.
Maybe we should just try to take that ship.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a good move.
All right, they are going to move, and they will move 6. This guy is no longer uniquely important, so we're just going to pretend he was the one over there. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. She moves right next to the area so that she can pick up her people. She is, way too interested in the shinies.
Those were her warriors.
Yeah, those were her warriors. Yeah, her mercenaries. So the warriors, this one moves right next to it, can't quite get there. This one will move next to it, still hasn't figured out what to do with the wand. Oh yeah, well, no, yeah, I think that's fine for right now. Okay, and now we'll go with Little Chugger. Little Chugger is going to that die. 1, 2, rolls a 7. Little Chugger is going to move in the direction away from the Flying Shardman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And is now over here.
Was Little Chugger able to see the Flying Shardman, even though it's in darkness?
That's, I guess, a good question. Hold on, let me make them. I'm going to give them a saving throw. They're basically going to be making a perception check. And at disadvantage.
Could they even see the whirlpool?
They knew the whirlpool was there before the darkness showed up.
Okay, that's fair.
But they did fail, so they're just going to keep going straight on their original plan, and which is to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're going to end up just kind of right there, a little behind you guys in the water. All right, Nuatu is being pulled in by the whirlpool because they're on the edge of it, so they need to it needs to make a saving throw. That's a 2. So they get pulled in 2 more squares towards the center, and they're right next to where there's some kind of major, subduction of water into the area, and stay on the edge of it. The druids are looking real worried though. A few of them briefly turn into birds and then back again. No, we're okay. All right, next up is going to be the homunculus. I don't even know what I'm rolling. Let's go with random d20. Homunculus rolls to move, and they'll move 10 squares. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shardman's going to go. So it continues to spin around the pool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still within range of the Nuatu, though, so it's going to shoot the Nuatu again.
Poor turtle.
That's
I don't know. I feel like the turtle's going to be fine. There's druids on its back, though.
So that's 4 hits. That is going to do substantial damage to the Nuatu, and also it needs to save all 4 times or it's going to get pulled underwater. So first roll is a save. Second roll is a save. Third roll is also a save. Fourth roll is a failure. So Nuatu is struggling against the currents, trying to do its best to stay above water. But it doesn't quite make it and gets pulled beneath the waves. Now, the Nuatu itself, or, that's the name of the turtle, is fine. All of the druids suddenly find themselves getting pulled into the water, random bits of flotsam and jetsam from the top of, that are, were on top of the turtle, just get washed away. The druids are turning into various different aquatic animals trying to survive. They're still, sort of okay, but, any other vessel would have been screwed completely at this point, but they're kind of, handling it. In their own way. Okay, that's the Flying Shardman. Next up is Tiddlywinks. All right, so stuff's going to happen here. The first is that how many legs does an octopus have? Anybody?
8.
3.
Great. Okay, 3. All right, so
Very
four of those tentacles are going to go in the direction of the Umiyowaru, and 4 are going to go in the direction of the Tatterdemalion. We'll start with the 4 on the Umiyowaru. One of them's already there, and it's just going to constrict and do some damage. That is 11 damage. And then 3 more are going to attempt to latch on. And that is going to be all 3 of them. So there are now 4 total tentacles holding on to the Umiyowaru. And now 4 of them are coming for the Tatterdemalion. And because your helmless person is there, they're going to have disadvantage trying to attack. So the first one is a 2, so it's going to miss. Second one is a 17, so it's going to hit.
I'm going to bend luck and use 2 sorcery points to subtract a d4 from that.
All right. Subtract 3, so that goes down to...
You rolled it, okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You got there first.
I was just an autopilot. So subtract 3, so that brings it down to 14.
Miss.
Which misses. All right. Third one is going to be another miss. And the last one is going to be another miss. It's amazing the 2 different stories of Tiddlywinks there versus the 2 different boats. But so one of these tentacles kind of comes in there, and for a second it looks like it's going to latch on, and then there's just sort of like a little bit of blurriness over exactly where that tentacle is. It becomes a little indistinct, and then suddenly it's just not in the same place it was anymore. And the tides of chaos have moved it in a slightly different direction. So you guys the boat is currently not restrained. However, Tiddlywinks is roughly covering the path in front of you, so you'll need to figure out how to get past it. With that, we're going to go back to person-to-person combat. And I assume we probably want to just stay on the bigger group. But Invala, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to go up to the cannon level so I can see out and cast a spell.
Okay.
And then since I look out the porthole and see Tiddlywinks, and I want to cast, I'm going to be dropping concentration on the darkness. And I'm going to cast Nether's Mischief on Tiddlywinks.
What does that do?
That's my thoughts exactly.
I fill a 20-foot cube I can see within range, within 60 feet of me, with Fey and Draconic magic, and I get to roll a d4 to determine what the magical effect is.
Oh, so you don't know what it is. Great.
Exactly.
That's the most wild magic-ass spell I've ever heard. What?
All
right, go ahead and roll your d4.
All right, so my d4 says 1, which means the smell of apple pie fills the air, and each creature in the cube, which is basically just Tiddlywinks, must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become charmed by me.
Oh.
Okay. Natural 20.
How wise? Oh, lame. Wait, can I react to that?
Yes, it has just started to your turn, so you can react to that.
Oh, but it wouldn't get it down to my save DC, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Unless, yeah. So sad. Okay.
Right.
Still smells like apple pie, though.
So Tiddlywinks has just got like all these arms coming out of the water, grabbing various different things, and then like I'll be honest, I'm not a marine biologist. I don't know if an octopus has like a nose in any sort of spot. So I'm just going to assume that it probably doesn't, and that but it's still just sort of like looks around a little confused, and then there's, I don't know, some sort of internal monologue of being like, I'm an octopus, apple pie doesn't really impress me all that much. And then it goes back to doing what it loves to do best, and that's crush boats.
What would apple pie even smell like to an octopus? Would it smell like rotting seaweed to us?
Yeah, you'd gotta wonder. Like, cooked seaweed, maybe? That actually sounds kind of good. All right, anyway.
Actually, yeah, no.
After
But
you cast that spell...
zone should still be there. Just
Oh, yes, let me do the little bit of cleanup there. Bertha Bay. So the darkness enshrouding little chugger is gone. And now there is a, what was it, 20 size 20 square?
20-foot cube.
20-foot, okay, cube, that'll be the same. And we'll do the thing. Why? There. 20, I guess that's just one square in this. And we'll put it like there. Can't really see it underneath. Tiddlywinks, you're a big lass, okay? But it's there. We know it's there.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, and
I get to roll each turn to see what the effect is.
Yes, at the beginning of each round. So I would like you now to roll on the Wild Surge table. As DM, I am cashing in immediately, that since you have just used your thing.
Yay. Okay, so that's a D100. And it is a 61. And where are you?
All right.
61. For the next minute, I must shout when I speak.
Good, we'll hear you over the high wind.
So you just start hearing a really loud voice from below decks.
Oh, she's having a good time down there.
All right. That is anything else on your turn at all?
Like everything. That's it.
Okay. Courtlug. Going back to Bertha Bay here. So you are.
I'll move one more square towards the chest. Silent and invisible.
All right.
Can you dash?
Oh yeah, I think, can I? Yeah, it can dash, so I can use my action, I think, to make it dash.
That sounds right.
So 2.
So you move one more square.
Yeah.
All right.
Close. Can I see what is anything to see? Anything worth looking at?
It's just
over there?
a closed chest. I guess actually give me a perception check.
Let's see. Natural 20 for 27.
Nice.
You're certain it's not a mimic. This is an actual chest.
All right, cool.
I
I know mimics, and that's no mimic.
Yeah, you're kind of an expert on mimics. All right. Let's go to your turn. 5-10.
In range of our cannons. Everybody? Tiddlywinks and Umiawaru, are they both in range of our cannon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I get down there and with movement and still have action to use them?
Let's see. So you have to go down 10 squares, which are 10 feet. And then it would be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can totally get there.
All right. I feel like we can see what is up. And I said one action, one cannon.
You roll an acrobatics check, and if you get a 15 or higher, then you shoot 2 cannons. Otherwise, you shoot 1.
Oh, well, I'm going to try and shoot these 2 loaded cannons because I'm pretty acrobatic. Been climbing.
Oh, hey, 5.
Been climbing all over this ship.
She yells at you.
I give her a high five. Signature move.
Signature.
Lady
Literally.
comes up to you.
And then I roll a 23.
Acrobatics is +9? What is that?
Dang!
Jeez.
Didn't realize it, but she was born to shoot cannons.
Yeah,
I've
so
just been doing
just,
backflips like a fool. Backflips in and out of windows. I should have been shooting cannons this whole time. My career would look a lot different.
all right, so where are we shooting these?
If they're both going out the right side, if I can, I'd do the front one towards Tiddlywinks and the back one towards Umiwaru.
Just as a reminder, the Umiwaru captain does tend to parry cannonballs with her katana.
Oh God. Okay. Well then we're going for Tiddlywinks because we need a way through here, and unfortunately, she's in the way.
The way is through Tiddlywinks.
All right. Go ahead and roll me 2 attacks, both at +5 for the cannons.
Yeah. Oh, how do I do that?
Just roll a d20 using the custom dice thing. Where it says roll
Lower
dice
left.
in the game log,
Lower
you can
left,
do it
right.
there. Or lower left of the character sheet. Oh, I guess it's a different interface if you're not on
there
the
it is.
game map.
Oh.
Okay. So what am I rolling? A d20?
Yeah, one d20 for each.
Two.
2 + 5 is 7, and then go ahead and roll one more time for the other cannon.
and an
11
11.
+ 5 is 16. Great. So the first cannon just kind of goes too far in one direction, and Tiddly just kind of like slinks under it a little bit. The second one does manage to hit. Go ahead and roll 3d6 damage. You can do it the same way. Just click the d6 3 times from that little UI, and then click roll. There you got it. All right. So Tiddlywinks takes 7 damage, and she kind of thrashes some of her tentacles around angrily before her 2 big red eyes just turn to look down in your direction. And not your direction, the boat's direction. Obviously, she can't see you in the second layer.
Mhm.
Anything else in your turn?
That's it.
All right. Pierre, you are still
Okay.
entangled.
And Tatter, oh god, what would... Sorry, could you move over to the other map for a second, Jeremy?
Yep.
So Tiddlywinks is still there. All right, Pierre is going to cast Major Image on the opposite bank from where we are of Amata. So Amata, the proud owner of this octopus, is going to show up behind him. And while I don't have any idea what Amata mannerisms and how she might...
Baba Estrada.
Sorry, Ivata? That was
Baba
Amata.
Estrada.
Estrada. Baba Estrada.
Yes.
Not Baba Amata. Baba Estrada.
Baba Estrada. Okay, so you're creating this is Major Image?
Major Image. So can have full voice acted, full everything, just can't interact with the world, but otherwise is indistinguishable from reality. It's going to show up on the shore opposite. Now, I might have no idea how, Baba might interact with an octopus, but Baba Estrada has given an entire, extremely overly long presentation to the various ships, and Pierre, with his incredible acting talent, is going to do a phenomenal job of saying, effectively, down boy, no, come here. Come here right now.
I would
Get
like
out
you
of
to
the
make
channel.
a performance check for me.
All right. Well, here goes nothing. That's going to be 20, non-natural.
All right, dirty 20. All right, fantastic. So, Baba Estrada, a perfect simulacrum, of her shows up on the bank, kind of near to the Umiowaru. That's what you meant, right? On the other side of the channel?
Yeah, like somewhere around like here-ish, probably.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe even a bit more south, but something to get the Tiddlywinks out of the channel so that we can sail past. Not that we can control our direction now that I've spent this action, but, hashtag optimism.
Okay. Yeah, she shows up. I'm just going to use a zone. It's a very temporary thing.
Somewhere here. Yep.
That's the Estrada zone.
Actually, could we go one square up? Yeah, there.
All right. So she shows up, and like you're sort of trying to do the motions while you're entangled that she's doing, but they're translating over fine. And she calls out to Tiddlywinks, or because it can make noise, right? Yeah, It's not silent image. Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have used silent. Wanted to really sell it here.
Tiddlywinks, who has a couple of tentacles that are not yet grappled onto something, kind of looks over in the direction of Baba Estrada and is going to move sort of in her way over to that, and sort of reaches over with some tentacles in her direction, seemingly waiting for some kind of action. But is otherwise a little confused by what's going on. Anything else on your turn?
If I can use my bonus action to steer with my mage hand, then I would do that. But I don't know if that's
your
realistic.
Mage hand is... Well, first of all, I wouldn't let you use a bonus action for that, but your mage hand is also 60 feet that away.
Worth a shot.
Did you lose your dice, Gary?
That's all for my...
Your die?
Yep. I found it, though.
But no, that's all for my turn.
All right, great.
I've succeeded in getting the octopus somewhat out of the way, which I think is about as much as we could have done here.
Yeah, that was great.
Don't worry, guys. I'm going to get to that chest soon.
Okay. Cantankerous Dilly coming up first. We will roll for them. One. Ooh. Oh, that'll do. They have rolled an 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then they're kind of not really close enough to anything else to do anything. So Tatterdemalian's turn. So go ahead and roll navigation for us, Imbala.
Okay.
Roll low.
I'm just rolling once, so it's a 1.
Oh, thank goodness. Maybe.
And everyone else did something on their turn, right? So we have no perception, no repair, anything. Courtlug's not even on the boat, so he's not repairing anything.
Yeah.
This time voluntarily. I guess first time was voluntarily too.
In theory, yeah. You had decided to go because you were afraid. But...
Yeah.
Oh,
that's right.
A little mind control magic had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Umiowaru is going to go, and a lot of the cats samurai in here just go around, start swinging their weapons, trying to dislodge the tentacles from the ship. So we will have one attack made against each tentacle. One is definitely going to hit because it's a critical 20, and then last one is going to hit also from Kimiko. So there's 2 hits. One is a critical. That's a lot of damage.
Did you name all of your samurai cats on this ship?
No, just the captain.
Okay. Had me worried there.
Yeah, it is like 20 damage to this one tentacle, causing it to recoil, and you can see Tiddlywinks go, kind of wriggling in its position. The second attack that was not a critical does only 10 damage, which is also a decent amount. So 2 of the tentacles are dislodged, and 2 are still attached. They're going to also try to like crank the engines and move forwards a little bit, which they are going to succeed in doing. And they move 1 square while they're still being held. So they'll just move 1 kind of in the direction away to the open spot there. Next up is going to be the Dread. Where's the Dread? Dread is here. Awesome. 16? Oh, not 16. What am I talking about? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're going to try going on this side. Not really any other things for them to do out there. Gold Spring is going to go. The 2 warriors that have the loot are going to board the ship. Basically, they get kind of next to it, and then the Duchess kind of reaches down and grabs them and puts them on the ship, and then inspects the loot that they have brought with them. So now the rapier and the wand are both aboard the vessel. But once again, the Duchess herself is too big to really activate these things effectively, so she's just tossed them into her hoard. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to move the chest. All right, and then they're going to move. This. 1, so they move 3. 1, 2, 3. The Duchess has now spotted the chest in the center of the whirlpool, and she is ordering some people and pointing with a big draconic claw in its direction. Little Chugger is going to go.
And if they still had the hook shock, that might be bad for us. Little Chugger is now halfway to the finish line, presumably.
And then, all right, so, and then we have the conundrum of the Nuatu. So this is all happening down right below you, Courtlug. All these druids are trying to get stuff going on. The Nuatu is going to try to make a saving throw to regain the surface. And they will succeed. So Nuatu manages to just come back up here, and there's now just like a turtle with a bunch of like seals and 1 dolphin that's kind of wiggling around, as all of the druids are contemplating whether or not they should turn back into a non-aquatic animal yet. And so they're just sort of a bunch of, fish and other sea life that's just kind of plopped on top of the turtle. Homunculus is going to go. And they roll pretty well as well. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then now we have the Shardman. There's 3. 1, 2, 3. And the Shardman this time is going to shoot at the Homunculus. So it's going to shoot 4 shots.
Oh.
First 2 miss. Second 2 hit, one of which is a critical. So that's going to be 68 damage.
68 or 68?
Don't yell numbers at me when I'm rolling.
Oh, sorry.
It was 6d8. Doesn't really help.
Okay. So they're rolling d8s, not d6s. Got it.
Yes. Great. So they somehow only take 22 damage from that, but that's still quite a bit. However, it looks like the homunculus is otherwise undamaged at this point, until that moment. And then it is Tiddlywinks' turn. So first of all, the two tentacles that are actually no.
Wait, wait. Does Homunculus not get dragged back towards the whirlpool?
Oh,
with
it does. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to make my saving throws. Tries to make their saving throws. Actually succeeds with both of them, so they manage to avoid getting pulled back. Tiddlywinks has been told by her mistress to stop crushing, so she has stopped crushing. And she is studying the illusion and is trying to determine, like, is just studying it, which the game effect is that we'll try to determine if it's real or not. And I believe the check here is intelligence. Okay. Tiddlywinks has rolled a natural 19 to determine things about this, and has figured out. And by the way, that's a -1 to her investigation, so it's a total of 18.
Nat 20. Oh, okay. Not 19.
Total of
18.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, octopuses are pretty smart.
Like the big eyes suddenly. Now this is completely crazy, and you're not sure if it's the trick of the light or something. But like it develops big angry eyebrows that kind of move down between the eyes, and then like you can see sort of like this resolve on its face. Like, you didn't want me to crush. Well, I'm going to crush even more. And it immediately crushes down onto the Umiyowaru that it has 2 tentacles on, each doing 3d6 damage. 13 plus... it's 29 total damage to the Umiyowaru.
Way.
And then 4 tentacles are going to come and attack you guys. Tentacle 1 is a 2. Tentacle 2 is 19 plus 4 is 23.
Oof.
So that first tentacle, at this point, it's just grappled you. Tentacle 3 is a 15.
I want to subtract a d4 from that. Using
Okay,
my Ben's luck again.
Roll your d4.
3.
So it is now a 12, which looks like it's going to
miss.
All right. And then last one is a natural 2. So you have 1 tentacle currently on you guys.
God, let go.
I don't feel like that's yelling.
I'm trying not to blow out everybody's ears.
Okay.
We need to move next turn.
All right, so that is the end of that round. We'll go back to Invala. I don't remember where you are on the ship.
Okay. Yes. So my spell that I'm still concentrating on states that
it's a new effect.
It gets, yes, I roll for the effect again, but it says I can move it up to 10 feet before I roll, and it does not say that costs an action or a bonus action. So I'm just going to move it 10 feet to recenter it on Tiddlywinks.
Yeah,
and
okay,
then,
yeah, 10 feet, so it moves a little bit closer to him.
Yeah, and then I'll roll my d4.
You did
and
use
this time
spell
it is
before. I remember that.
Yes, I did. Yeah. This time it's a 4. So drops of molasses hover in the cube, making it difficult terrain until the start of my next turn.
Oh, it is such an unhappy octopus. Oh my god. Basically, it has just gotten drenched in molasses. And I don't know if this is really going to have a huge effect since she doesn't really move around a whole lot, but she is definitely angry now. She was already angry, but okay, so that's just the beginning of your turn. Now what?
Yeah, so I would like to go back down to navigation and navigate so that we can hopefully let's get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Good plan.
Yep, looks good to me. And any bonus actions?
No, that's it.
Cortland.
Which move? And grab that chest.
All right.
Move my boat down. Get to the chest.
You move down and you get to the chest, and like as you kind of get close to it, it sort of like opens up, and inside of the chest is a very posh, very fancy looking captain's hat. Ship captain's hat. It's got a big feathery plume that comes out of one side, and there's like a silver lining to the dark blue brim of the hat.
Boy, this can go poorly. I pop that hat on.
All right, you immediately have this feeling of like, I would be so good at doing any kind of ship activities. Like you would gain massive boons if you were repairing, if you were navigating, if you were helmsmaning. You have this sudden instinctual knowledge about how to like make a boat do what you need it to do.
A chance I can make boat face go a little faster when I move him as I come back in and try and get back to the other ship.
You know what?
Go for the gold spring. Pull up the ultimate heist.
Yeah, should I just give up on the race and start committing pirate activities with my new? So what are my new options in my invisible?
You get back into Bodhi, and at this point, the captain of the Flying Shardman, like also on a levitating boat, gives you kind of like a knowing nod, like game understanding game type of scenario. Wow. Okay. I am just, for the sake of this and just to make things fun, I'm going to say that Bodhi now has double movement speed and has advantage on all attacks while you have the hat on.
All right.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I can take over a gold vote from a dragon. I don't know if that's a one-man job, even with this sweet hat.
You are invisible still, aren't you?
I am. My boat is invisible, technically. So depending on how that gets interpreted.
That's still 4 squares if you double move, which is not...
Yeah, maybe you'd want to reconvene with us first.
Yeah, I think I definitely want to head my maximum movement, which I guess on this round I would just have the 1 square left, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then on next turn, hopefully I can get cranking.
So like down, like here?
Yeah, if it seems... I should be able to fly over the Nuatu without too much difficulty, I imagine.
Yeah, you're just flying over a bunch of seals and dolphins and tuna.
My hope is to hook up with my teammates, like, here. So that's kind of my general direction, is that way.
Oh, and you moved the chest, not Bodhi.
Oh,
yeah.
Although we do know who the real treasure here is.
Yeah.
The real
as soon as you put the hat on, you hear like a bellowing coming from the direction of the gold spring, and you have like, even though the Duchess can't like really see you now that you're back in the boat, her eyes are I would say laser focused, light beam focused in your direction. All right.
You want that treasure.
Hey, the treasure might come to us anyway.
Yeah. Maybe the treasure will come to us.
Good job.
Yeah. Taunt her a little bit. Be like, come on. We'll check with you later.
All right. Fivetail, you're up.
These are blue. They should be red. So I'm gonna try and reload these cannons while I'm down here. Reload.
If you could get the tentacle off of us, that might also be a good use.
Oh yeah, tentacle.
Because we've got one navigation. I'm going to be steering. That leaves no one to actually get the tentacle off of us.
I'm just going to kind of randomly place this here.
Oh, yeah. Because there's like one cannon that's loaded, right? So you could potentially use that one to, I don't know. Hit the tentacle.
Or if you've got
is, actually, I'm going to draw, I think. This is too small.
Or if you got like a really strong attack, you could come out and like smack it or something to get it off.
Yeah. Stab it, slash it, something.
There. One of the tentacles kind of grappled onto the boat on the left side there as I've drawn.
Okay. And that's holding us in place. So yeah, we need that more than we need the cannons right now, probably. And I think I can get up there with my movement to double dagger it and try and get her twice.
Stabby.
Yep, you absolutely can.
Is there a different button for the second hand, or is it both just hit on both of them?
There should be an offhand attack. Let me see here.
How do I do?
Maybe it's action. What did I do? Oh, bonus action. Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't actually list a second attack. So you basically just make a second attack, but you don't add your the +3 to the damage.
Okay, so the same roll to hit, but don't.
Okay, so you hit with the first one, and then you make the same roll to hit, but and they are both going to hit. Tentacle doesn't really have any dodging capability. It's just got a little bit of thick hide to it. So you managed to stick both daggers into it. So go ahead and roll normal damage for one, and then the same damage but without the +3 for the other. Great. So 7 damage. You manage to, get the daggers in there, and they kind of sink in as sort of far as they can, but you don't really feel like you've done enough to get it to let go of the ship. Anything else on your turn? Oh, also move your character to where you're going.
And the tentacle, is that an initiative order? Was that considered like an enemy, and it is an initiative?
It's really just part of Tiddlywinks, so it just kind of stays there. It doesn't do anything on its own. It acts on Tiddlywinks' turn during ship.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm gonna stay because we're gonna want to get this thing off of here so we can get going.
Okay. Pierre, you're up.
All right, we're gonna sail this ship.
All right. Imagining you still attached to that thing.
Somewhere latched to the mast.
Is a seal druid concentrating on the spell to keep the vines holding onto you.
Actually, how does that work? If they have to transform, does that drop the concentration?
Druids can concentrate while they're transformed.
And yeah, they're willing to pay attention to that. I'll give it to them.
Lyria does it all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it just sounds so spiteful.
Certain it goes Moonbeam, Tiger, Pounce.
Yep.
All right, so you're still helming. Great. Then we will move out. Actually, so it is 3:50. Probably as good a time to maybe end the session as it is. We're not going to finish today. We've still got like the last good chunk to go, but we've made fantastic progress. You guys are actually going noticeably faster than the other group did. That may be because there's one less of you. It could be because of some of the changes I made to things like some of the stats that I've kind of shifted around. But I think we'll have to have one more session in order to wrap this up. and I think we should plan for that. So now would be a good time.
Yeah.
Sound good? Let me just note down a few things. So that was Pierre's turn, so we're going to be starting from ship combat here. We are here.
Name that captain's hat and put it in my inventory to remind me what it is.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead and make a custom item for that. What other things should we remember? I mean, we have the zone down for... What's that?
The ship is at 78 HP.
Yep, I have that written down.
And I've got Nether's Mischief on Tiddlywinks.
Okay, if there's Mischief is there.
Mischief and molasses.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. All right. All right, guys. What are our schedules in the near future? Actually, let me stop the stream, because not everyone in the world